half. We didn't show anything. Now it's time to show up and show out for MIBR. They're on the attack side of this pistol.
There's no better map for them to potentially start on. Their icebox has been unbelievable. 5-0 in VCT Americas.
Kiko going to be challenged early, and Cortezia actually looks a little worse for wear. Backing up, giving some space. There's Penny already in front of a home crowd, delivering. Panatek through the walls, able to find two. That leaves Verno and Shannon with it all to do.
Verno getting up top right now with the shift. They're going to kind of always want to press forward. They need to get a kill before they can even try to plant. But Verno's just going to get caught on the side.
Nats is just a little too clever for that. Could have to respect it. Naspas has already started to inch forward in the jail direction.
That's your very standard util early. There we go from Cortezia. Panatek punished for the jump up, and now Jern going to get additional info towards the site. Would love to force Camo off this angle with the Outlaw.
Camo giving another option just to fall off those up lines. Outlaw in hand in this round though. Snakebite here to try and canvas the point, but it's Camo down already. It's the Outlaw. Of the game, Cove thrown up by Kiko, hoping to make some use of it, but Aspas is ready to fight him in this site. Team Liquid have been denied, and all their good guns have been knocked out of their hands.
The critical reason of why MIBR have had so much success on this Icebox map is how well they play around the harbor.
Aspas blindsided by Nats' emergence from the Cove, but all things considered.
Behind that high tide, Artin is able to get the orb safely. Drone going deep. Penny wants to entrench inside. Doubled up with Panatek. Here comes that ultimate.
Aspas goes up to 410 as well, looking for a bit of an angle around, but Penny dealt with Cortezia pretty comfortably. Through the wall, wrap around the corner, it's going to be Verno, Artazine, and Aspas have a crossfire, and that was clinical deconstruction of Liquid's defense here. Camo's on the outside looking in, and he'll be pursued by young Verno.
And this team respects Penny so much that they've got him on the duelist, on his primary role over Camo right now.
Frees up Camo to play the more aggressive, sort of util-focused agents. Just like in theory, the chamber. But MIBR, look at how they dissect, break up this A side. Yes, it's against Jerms and pistols, but we saw that in the gun round as well.
One enemy remaining.
Keiko lit up there. All too easy. This one should pass to that event. Nat's hoping for something on the backside here. Cortezia, one of the highest rated players.
Got into a great position. And MIBR are going to peel away from that A side, given that he's all the way up here. But Nats, oh, he catches Shannon. Will he expect Cortezia, though, who has also worked up tube? Double lurk going through. Oh, timing just a bit off.
Spotted out. This hasn't really dissuaded MIBR from drifting over in the B direction to play behind his Viper wall.
Team Liquid, however, they are aware the wall is going to come up. Recon clears out back yellow, so Aspas knows he's safe to move forward. High tide there, rather, is going to cut things off. Interrupter's Fury, disrupting.
And counter in tube, definitely brewing. Without the Viper, of course, MIBR can still make use of the harbor wall to get in here. Kiko is down. Nats fighting in the side. Glancing blow from that Blade Storm, still wants to challenge Aspas and rips him a new one. Artazine a little on the lower side as Penny's been able to pluck Verno out of formation. So MIBR down to the youngsters. It's Cortezia in a 1 versus 4. Panatek spotted playing out in the open. Penny has the space in to swing off of it.
And now lockdown plus a reckoning to try and keep this momentum going. Break the Team Liquid economy. Verno one tag.
Panatek in danger. Verno converts it. That had to be a rendezvous there from Camo up to Rafter. He's able to avoid that third shot of damage, but now the reckoning comes in because Artazine's had them rolling, and that's forced TL out of the site.
This site should be taken for free. This spike should be going down for free, and then they have the lockdown after the fact. Counter reckoning. Team Liquid, they want to go in fast at the moment, but they're denied by that Molly temporarily.
They respect it. Now going to make the win through Rafters. MIBR have the hot foot. They're going to keep moving. And Aspas just can't connect a shot as Artazine on 410 now. Nats will show himself in theory. Just in time, Artazine can connect. Verno and Shenham now have to lock it down. Camo low in the back corner. And it's on Verno. Newest addition to MIBR. Keiko got it to half. One bullet in the chamber. It's not enough.
Angles. That'll allow them to get out without having to flash through. MIBR, 5 stack today again. They just love hitting this site, and why not? They are very good at it, and they've got the lockdown to free things up. What a shot from Kiko. Able to drop off, get man advantage to play for retake again.
And MIBR, well, they've got the lockdown in. That's fine. Once more, TL respect it. Look at a retake now with a player advantage. Flashes or no, they're going to be favored.
Pretty unique plant spot from Artzin. Doesn't actually have to use the cove for any level of safety. Cascade to assist Shenum, who's playing so far forward.
Don't get in my way.
It's covered off the push into screens. Here comes a Viper's Pit from the back of the site. In theory to give TL a way in. Artazine here's got Camo dead to rights. That was Shenum. Able to find him, and Kiko now needs to find a timing to get out of this pit, but it has been rough. You can see TL don't necessarily have the tools to break in now without...
Why not stack? Recon instantly broken. Opposite Team Liquid, not the greatest weapons, actually spam through.
They're inside the site. This is exactly what MIBR wanted. Trap them in with a high tide. Reckoning for Kiko. No plant yet. 48 seconds in the round. Though Penny's going to drop down and get the better of Verno. Kiko, swing. It's good. Shenum dealt with. Cortesia can't hold. And
into the operator for Penny, one of the OG great offers of the NA Valorant scene.
Verno plays off of that dart yet again.
Play safe. Spike is going to go down.
Oh no! Off the screens. Aspas had an opportunity. Camo chunked low, but no finish. Back into the pit he goes. MIBR taking a more defensive stance now inside this Viper ult. Panatek has found Verno right at the back at Belts. Camo's going in. He's low enough as it is. It's all the same to him if he decays somewhat to try and take this fight. Nanoswarm on the spike location itself. Camo down, but he was low. Artazine being pressured now. Another one from Panatek from long range, and there's Nats. He's in the thick of it. Decay down, and now the pit is gone.
Players towards A. I mean, it's super typical. You'll have the op here do something like watch B main while there's an A stack. So they want to just get proactive behind it, post up with multiple players who, yeah, they do. They've got Camo watching Belt, but Osboss, top tube. Nats could be under a lot of pressure.
Cortesia as well might swing at the same time. Nats is overwhelmed. There's not much you can do. It's a verified high-low setup thrown out there by MIBR, and Kiko lingers too long in mid. Shenum starting to gobble him up now.
That's a beautiful bait and switch. Look at the attention that Osboss drew up there.
Penny now is going to be here for the long haul as it stands, and Artazine walks into his line.
Spike down.
That's a spike drop too.
That information is crucial. MIBR, they like going for this double lurk with both their Viper and the KJ. Working mid. Oh, Panatek too aware.
Oh man. Cortesia was hoping at least to be able to help from window should it be required, but didn't expect Kiko to be in kitchen as well. Big mid presence this round for TL. Maybe a response to what we just saw from MIBR. But a stunning start for the EMEA squad.
They really are aware as to how MIBR love to play this area of the map. There's multiple lurks. Kiko is on one right now. The aim is just stuck.
Aspas doesn't have a safe retreat angle. He'll have to stay. Off the line, he gets pushed into the cloud burst. Aspas, okay, realizes Penny's there. One shot is good, but Penny emerges with a headshot immediately with a ghost. Cortesia has to get in here. But Panatek has slapped him back down to a paltry 8 points of health, and Kiko gets the plant.
These players are so weak right now for TL. Having to wade through a lot of that Viper utility. They were in some serious danger. Recon available for Verno, going to go back yellow. Can it be played off of effectively?
Shenum is walking up on this. He'll have two angles to watch, but Camo's made some noise, and it's an easy finish now to wrap around. He's going to try and do it all. Here's Verno, young gun. Yeah, so Nats' options for insta-kills will be a little limited. Verno backs off. He does at least see either Nats or Camo here over towards that A side. And Nats almost anticipating a bit of a thrust forward by MIBR, but they are very much of a different mind. Falling back to the extremities of A. Maybe trying to get some mid control for Cortesia, but he doesn't ask for much. He's already got the turret watching it.
They've very much given up the B site, and they just have passive info gain with that alarm bot under tube, turret on boiler. Very prepared for this A hit, ready to absorb that. Multiple players back site, hoping to get that kill. Maybe go for the full retake if that's an opportunity they might have.
The high tide, Aspas gets ahead of it straight away. Cloudburst here for Penny to play, but Aspas is going to go over the top. Camo's down. Oh, it is! What? Vamos Aspasin! Massive three-piece. Panatek and Keiko now have to pick up the pieces. And Aspas is still looking for more.
30 seconds.
He has come alive.
One enemy remaining.
Verno will supplement his effort earlier on. 4 for Aspas. And MIBR.
Really close to an engagement.
Cortesia might give them one, but is he aware of Nats shoved up here? Can't find the correction in time. Nats is going to ask for more. Verno eats the vulnerable and hopes to have an opportunity, but it does not present itself. Nats is out of there.
And all the while with that mid-action. Okay, Artzun does catch out Penny on the retreat. This is getting awkward. Nats is everywhere, taking duels.
Chenom, though, really expect that second player up tube. MIBR also emphasizing their defensive efforts in mid.
Look at Aspas. He's on the long flank right now, but
There's a trade
Patatek aware.
Already spotted up by the trademark. Some sound made. Patatek, patient, waiting on this. Aspas! Can't run back against the nasty spray transfer. Chenom through the wall. Timing hurts him, though. Camo deals with him. And now to push up over towards Kroos. This Verno didn't have a chance.
He is daring them to face. Oh, paint out.
Spray this one. Cortezia steps up. But Verno at least is able to complete the trade. At the moment, Chenom, you're starting to think about drifting back towards the epicenter of the action, which is Nats here with the Outlaw up tube.
It is remarkable that. Oh my God!
Wide swing.
Just facing into the open, gun down.
Kiko handles him comfortably, but there was another gun trained on Aspas anyway.
All right, high tide is going up. Counter high tide from.
What is Nats doing?
Martin Verno is trying to entrench himself into the site.
30 seconds
Blood
left.
is on the spiral.
How?
Oh no! Nats! He's in the walls! And now he's sat right up behind Artazine. This is absolutely going to put the pressure on. Nats breathing down the neck of our sophomore IGL.
Look at this. There is a long flank from Chenom coming around. He's just trying to ensure that he's not going to make too much noise, but the time is dwindling. Artazine just really wants someone to overextend and push towards him. It's not going to come. He's going to have to be the one to get proactive. One of these MIBR players needs to make noise for the other.
He's going for it. Spotted Kiko, though, can't handle him now. Eyes over towards Raft, and Nats challenges him. Gets destroyed. But elsewhere.
Their advantage for MIBR to try and convert off the back of that ultimate.
Verno, who was nonchalant like a second skin, is going to have to keep that composure as Aspas again goes down early without support and a wide swing into the attackers.
It's just out in the open, caught after the smoke drops. Pretty disastrous. Look at this force from MIBR. There's just two sheriffs. Artazine taking matters into his own hands. And now has a reckoning to play with. Rather, you know, he did already have it, but he will be able to fire that off when the execute comes in.
As far as stall utility goes, MIBR are well positioned, already having bought some time with that awkward situation for TL. They've recovered the spike and all drop down. They might look to take multi-faces as they contact now into the A site. First challenge, Leon Chenom taken down Artazine. Chenom's able to find the spacing off of it at least, but Camo's gotten in there. Team Liquid now starting to scrap for the site, and it's only Chenom sitting under rafters. It's not enough for MIBR, this awkward by light armors. They get blown apart.
They're playing so heavily to anchor with a Hunter's Fury and a Reckoning. They can pounce, or could have pounced on Team Liquid when they tried to go for the plant with those ults. But anchoring with the weaker weapons is their undoing, unless Cortezia can come up with a monster clutch. Team Liquid are on the precipice of match point. And for the first time in VCT will deal a loss to MIBR and Icebox.
Cortezia handled all too easily by Pen.
Serious danger on the run right now with Aspas, who has been eager to take duels on this A-side. Hunter's Fury coming through, Penny midair.
Artazine handled comfortably, just one blade was enough to do it, but he had more where that came from. Another great Hunter's Fury from Verno, but it's not going to be enough. Now to side under full control of TL, and a fight this bit to make it that much harder for MIBR to get back in. It's now or never, boys.
High tide up right now. They're being delayed. Molly on to Camo. He's on the run. Doesn't want to get shot down. Wall vulnerable up. MIBR. They're in backside. This is Team Liquid with more players. Passive just in the pit, allowing MIBR to come to them. Pressure now on the spike.
Gives it a tap. Draws the util out of TL, but there is still more. Patatek has two shockies to play with. Chenom ducks in, sees very little, backs out. Recon bolt comes through. Penny has his head ripped off. Cortezia finds those shots. And on the spike is Verno. He's gotten it to half. Are they going to know he's going to be dead? They're too busy dealing with the Raz, but that's what.
Gecko was just a staple for early sunset fight in elbow.
It's too early for them. The timing's off. They tried to throw a paranoia and play off of it, but Team Liquid were a second early for them. Chenom and Artazine just got overwhelmed.
Man, losing another pistol. Oh, it's so brutal. They just don't enter these games with any level of momentum, but you have Verno alive. He has been the player for MIBR, the unlikely hero. A lot of damage onto Serial. Well, just 3. How can they get back in? You have Cortezia on that late flank, but there's so much delay from this dark cover now going up. And MIBR, they have nothing to really get through it. Maybe a recon.
You're kidding me! Oh man, inside the poison orbit drops and Nats is able to find just a stunning shot. Yeah, have the
get some info in main, but yes, this is the breach nerf going away to the Sova is very relevant. Look at this hit from Camo all the way through Link off the fast lane. Relay bolt to press forward, but Aspas shuts him down.
Addison though is dealt with. Aspas can't really help trade that kill. Patatek is in position, playing around this one way. Trapwire is also there, so MIBR don't have anywhere to go now. They're going to be pinched in this part of the map. They've got to fall back to Halls, ideally. Kiko wants to take the fight to Aspas, and he had his back turned. 4-0 for Kiko. Again, dominance showing on Icebox. He has stepped up massively. And that Serial doesn't have to do a damn thing. Shenum is stuck here.
Team Liquid, they know it's definitely possible that a player is here. Shenum with the first.
Now it's a matter of numbers. Overwhelm that position ideally, but Shenum's able to TP away and still might look to take the fight. Cats Nation, do they have the answer? You'd better believe it. Verno and Cortezia grouped up in Link. Now one last crack at this. It's bonus round, too strong for them. Apparently Cortezia gets in though, through the cyber cage in the back of sight, gives it a tap. Verno decayed down, but healing up. Kiko steps out, wide swing from Human now. Nats has to clutch this away. Almost.
But happy to convert against that bonus round strat that Team Liquid brought out.
It was costly though, look at the weapons at MIBR. Stinger, Bulldog mixed in with the Guardian. Shenum can't get value out of his weapon. Aspas is able to get away, and Camo took a pretty big hit in that exchange. The Dizzy going to create the spacing to get Aspas out properly.
Now being spotted out, Team Liquid still more than enough time to make a pivot. That dark cover to obscure anyone top mid who may have intentions of firing through, and now a noise cut as they go into market. Eventually they'll have to break this strip, give up the game. Low HP Camo, maybe he can make some space and can trade it off.
There it is, Cortezia, Seong and Panatek both go down. Nice little setup here. Artesine, Bulldog a little bit wayward. He's Verno in a clutch position again, and he delivers again. Artesine the Herald gets on in there, but now Hunter's Fury comes straight through. Patatek trying to light them up as they get on in here. Serial going to be outdone by Cortezia and the Guardian. Artesine finally finds connection with that Outlaw. Nats's Ghost though, too sharp. Kiko now gets that rifle in play. Then he gets value. Found 2, leaving Patatek on his own. But he can hear the yells from the stage here. With every round, MIBR put together their... Verno here through Spawn, spotted by Camo, who'll now get ahead of it in Boba.
Oh, I love this from MIBR trying to get control of B-Main. This has to be a trade from Aspas, and he connects with the rocket.
Now we can double back. There's action over at B. Camo is in that site. Nats also causing problems towards the top of mid, but Verno again! He's the kryptonite of the champion of old. Drop down to 4 with that spray. Hunter's Fury, though, has been developed.
And it's going to be ripped by Verno as the spike gets tapped. Team Liquid wanted to bait this out. You still have Aspas in B main. Oh, that connection was close. Aspas is a little bit weak, and he is biding his time. Team Liquid, they would love to be able to push for some space together rather than feeling encircled in sight. Was that just spray? Pure spam through. Verno only had 3-4 HP.
That's kind of devastating. Verno could still have been such a threat from that Boba position. Camo's still watching for it, but the moves are here in main and market respectively. Shenum wants to head up towards Boba, but Camo is stuck on that line. It's going to be a tough fight for him to win. Aspas gives himself away now. Great paranoia for Shenum to get him, but Aspas is dealt with. He would have had to find 3. Obviously one will be set up behind Liquid. One look and all will be a reveal. Cortezia just snarled up though in an engagement in front of main, and it's going to be the Outlaw that claims him. Into the site we go here. MIBR happy to give it up. Rather have no real choice without Cortezia.
This is Verno with just a classic.
Stinger for Shenum. It's looking ugly there in terms of the arsenal.
I like this from TL. Tap the spike. Let's try and get some util out, see if they swing into us.
Spike planted.
Play it safe. All right, and now we can get the spike down. Now we can position.
This is what Aspas wanted last round. A recon to try and set him up, but nothing was shown from it, and here's Nats. Happy just to play out in the open by main. Doesn't see Verno cross. He's been revealed. Timing was there. Serial dealt with him comfortably. Stinger and Sheriff now to go for it for MIBR. They grouped up, and that's just going to go looking. Punished for that. Outlaw unrecoverable though, and so is the round as far as MIBR concerned. Shenum found rifle though in hand. Clear that util, more than happy to be the blunt object to try and crack A open, but he's just the solo player. He can sell ice to an Inuit. Shenum cleans him out, but now MIBR realize the action really is over on B, but it's a Viper's Pit post plant already set up. Short-handed as TLR. They've got strong defensive positions.
That was a great trade from Verno. That flash was used early. I'm not sure if our team was able to connect. Okay, just spam through. Normally with a pit down, that's a no access to sight moment, but Verno comes up.
He's not done either. Serial here trying to play from lobby. Serial killer, they call him, but Cortesia. Second thought better of it, not to. Into the side they are. Paranoia really hitting hard. Confusing here for Artazine. Camo now will look to step out. Some good old-fashioned fights here, and it's, of course, blood for halls. So TL don't have to overextend. There's no undue risks that need to be taken here. Nats, though, getting chunked low with this wallbang spam, and Verno again is the one that puts MIBR on the board in this round. All out to the sun, they go! And Patatech.
Positions, so they can assume that Team Liquid are just walking into market right now, slowly, silently.
That cam from Cortesia is designed to be able to look into B main as well. Rid of Kiko. Spraying through the dark cover here is MIBR trying to slow the game down, but Camo's gotten in and onto the side. This is now a problem. All of MIBR playing from Boba. They might try and flood in on off timing. It is Aspas leading the way. Shenop was able to get there with the classic Serial under pressure, but takes his. Now a beat, a break in the action. Reloads, Aspas a little bit low. Shotdown takes Serial down to 10, and Shenop converts. It's just Nats. No plant yet for TL. TP from Shenum hurt as he gets back into Boba, and he shows a little bit of leg.
Spotted out, drone going to come in from Verno. Nats forced to dodge that for now. The Sova has not been able to recover a decent weapon. He's just got the classic Verno versus Nats again.
Verno shoulder piece here, Nats is ice cold! He's ice cold! He's just got enough time to find the plant. Gets it in. Will be spotted out by Verno. It's time to fight. Verno is 35, very low, but he has the drop on Nats, who's watching the other corner. Ring around the rosy, but Nats now is convinced that this is the line he's looking for! It's the rounds they're chasing Wyatt. They've been sorely looking for these conversions.
Out of this timeout, MIBR mixing things up for the first time, going for an aggro push right down mid. Serial might have spotted someone barely on the cross. It's hard to tell, but Artsin, what is that? Just spray through the smoke?
I mean, they challenged the one-way. Team Liquid. I guess, yeah, there's a smoke at Link, so he just played through that.
Yeah, did the
nutty timing.
Did the dark cover not go down in time, Serial? Right. TL back in the round, but Shenum fast on the trade.
I mean, you never expect this, right? MIBR flipped the map. Many of them playing over towards that tiles position still. Artazine, though, has fallen all the way back to spawn. He knows the game plan is to give up this part of the map and go for a later crunch. An attack on the walk. Does he realize there are 3 players coming? Paranoia is going to force him off the line anyway. Paint Shell, he wants to challenge ahead of it, but then doesn't see a target, so back to box he goes. Nico hit by the Dizzy, flattened Artazine. Beautiful, man. Finds a perfect timing to come back into the back four for Artazine. MIB.
Cloud, and then a couple players pop out at the same time for the double face. This time it's Camo with a Bucky, though. They want to get into elbow. Shenum eyes on it.
Safer line, he's not one and done. Tark, but Camo doesn't care. Slides on in, detained though. Will there be a double swing? Yes, Artazine overwhelmed. So the player advantage stands with TL.
Verno wants to get into the side. It looks like he wants to manifest an opportunity to at least find 1 kill, bring this into a 3v3 for the retake.
From the shadows there from Keiko. Back with the rest of the team now. Smoke to the top box of Ali, but Cortesia will play just on the vestiges of it. See Keiko coming! They've overestimated themselves, Team Liquid.
Spike down A.
A bit of a misassumption made about the position of the Cypher, and it's punished eventually. They bring Cortesia down. Verno's comfortable in his element, you'd think. Serial's able to pluck him out.
Oh, he just assumed another player wouldn't be coming from elbow.
This is now Aspas's chance to show us where the heck he's been all week.
30
A 1 versus 1, and he's dealt with by Serial. Get it at all.
From MIBR, this is looking like a classic B hit and leaves you. Well, okay, well, Cypher's left in the dirt on tiles, actually. That is so tough. Artsin now trying to scale into sight. Recon going in the back, dissing through the wall. Can anyone actually capitalize off of it?
Going for it, doubles back though, doesn't like what he sees, and that's because there's 4 players from DL looking straight at them. A veritable firing squad set up by the EMEA team, and Serial goes from strength to strength. Verno gets his and more, that's the question. It's Shenum down at 2.
connect onto Patatech unless it gets broken, but when they come out of elbow, Kiko is on the perfect angle to get an opener.
Crossfire broken up though. This is scary for Patatech. He's hit with the paranoia, but oh, Aspas taken down. Kiko's on the box, and that wasn't smoked for. 1 for 1. Shannon Sheriff claims him, but Camo now is dug in and ready to deliver.
Last
Caught
player
Tizia.
standing.
First casualty in the last round now. Has to go big to clutch it. Just a stinger. Almost enough for Nats, but not quite. Camo exits with
Pretty close to the Thrash. Team Liquid, they have 3 players here again.
walking this again. Okay. Oh shit, I'm punished to go for the orb. Nats ready to cover.
Spike
That is
down
just
A.
centimeter perfect.
These trades are just coming too slow from MIBR. The swings are getting watched for. I mean, I'm sorry. How has that timing occurred? Maybe Cortesia can be the hero. MIBR, they want to pivot over towards him, but Verno's facing in mid.
Okay.
Beautiful tap.
A multi-face coming out of Verno, though. Look at that cool calm collector, but couldn't quite convert. Still evens up the game with Cortesia. A wedge driven in between TL and that B side they hope to defend.
Verno maintaining hero status
30 seconds
for
left.
MIBR. It has been him keeping them in this game.
Kid is unreal.
It has been all about him. His clutches, his taps, open facing multiple players. This has to be converted by the duo of Aspas and Cortesia.
Surely you can expect Aspas to step up and land this plane.
Grenade!
Into market.
Last player
Swings it, and there it is. Nats is handled. Kiko's are good for this. He's more than up for it. 12 and 8 over the course of the game. But Cortesia and Aspas are doubled up for it. Little swing, little peek. There it is, MIBR. MIBR having to pay dearly for each one of these rounds.
Kiko was able to avoid that recon, so he's still set up with Camel Paranoia into the relay. Bold up, just Fury as well.
More, they want more.
Beautiful trap play to find an early advantage. Look at Nats even walking down mid into tiles.
And the spike is loose on the wrong side of the one-way. Aspas has to find a way to recover him. Nats on that walk.
And he's just thinking, why is he even here? Patatech timing Shannon with the jiggle peek. Cortesia wondering how he's now very quickly playing around Nats Viper wall. Man, should be able to get the spike down.
Serial heard the pitter-patter little feet, but had to respect the mosh pit at his own.
Thrash isn't done with you.
Another Thrash usage here, a reprise performance. Trapwire caught. Looks like he gets to the back of the side. Nats is taken out. Kamoki with an outlaw. Can't quite connect enough of that damage. And all the ultimates employed by MIBR. This was their Hail Mary round. And it looks like they're set to convert. Aspas with the fadeaway shot on Patatech, and Camo's outlaw has a fair bit of application here, but it's a stacked deck against the EMEA squad. Camo dealt with. MIBR. Camo's playing up close. It smacks of a one and done, but he's got the speed to get out of the smoke at the very least.
The thing is, the existence of that Bucky is pushing the rest of the team into Liquid, who are stacked up, market and mid.
Nat's got 1 kill in market now, falls back to the B side. TL, how do they get Camo involved with this Bucky? Nat's mid-rounding now. Kiko, what a timing. Aspas again perched up on the kiosk in the 10th spot, is taken down, and Nats has an opportunity here to really ruin the day.
30 seconds left.
Just Verno again. How much can you ask this guy to do? Fast lane, Patatech that wants to hang around. He knows the death blow is there. The Damocles sword hangs above MIBR as they await their fate. Cortesia has to get them out of here. Neural theft to see Kiko and Serial lining up for a double face into the hope of Brazil.